Days of Our Lives spoilers week of April 6th. Trap trouble, dirty money backfires, move-in decisions. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of April 6th to 10th reveal that there'll be some Salem surprises along with some catastrophic consequences, so let's discuss what's coming up on Duel. For starters, it looks like Gabby Hernandez, Cherie Jimenez, and Philip Kiriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, will get a new place together. Gabby can still stay at the Hernandez house whenever she wants, but she'd like to be able to go somewhere private with Philip that isn't a hotel room. Philip seemed eager to find the perfect spot and may surprise Gabby with a new apartment. Once Gabby approves, Days spoilers suggest she'll move in with Philip as they deepen their relationship. However, Gabby will continue to feel guilty about her part in the financial disaster that Titan's facing right now. Gabby helped Tony DiMera, Theo Penglis, destroy the Titan-Dimera merger, which is what put Titan in such a dire financial situation. Since Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, rejected the settlement that Kate Roberts-Brady, Lauren Koslow, pitched, Xander Kiriakis, Paul Telfer, just made what could turn out to be a doomed choice. Xander ordered $5 million of apparently dirty money moved to the legitimate side of Titan's finances. Although Xander expects their tracks will be covered, they may not be covered well enough to avoid more trouble. This could put the spotlight on Titan's shady deals and make their financial problems even worse in the end. Maggie Kiriakis, Suzanne Rogers, could lose the Kiriakis estate if Xander and Kate's schemes don't work out. As for Sean Brady, Brandon Beamer, he'll get settled in Jada Hunter's, Elia Cantu, place as he recovers from his injury. Jada will gladly dote on Sean as they deal with more flying sparks. After Theo Carver, Tyler Joseph Andrews, reels over Lexi Carver's, Nikki Crawford, survival and interrogates E.J. DiMera, Dan Fuhrer-Regal, he may be the one to tell Abe Carver, James Reynolds, that Lexi has made a miraculous comeback. Days spoilers say Lexi will inevitably open her eyes soon, so Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, will have to face the reality of all this. Abe's former flame has returned, so that'll be tough to wrap his head around, especially when he finds out Paulina has been hiding Lexi's resurrection news. Over with Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, and Brett. Days of Our Lives spoilers Thursday, April 2nd, Johnny's emergency, Bonnie's temper tantrum, Chanel grills Paulina. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, April 2nd, reveal that Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, will have an urgent request while Bonnie Kiriakis, Judy Evans, loses her cool. Chanel Dupree DiMera, Raven Bowens, will also put Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, through an interrogation, so here's what Duel viewers can look forward to. Now that Johnny is facing all this plagiarism drama, he's in desperate need of an attorney. When Johnny turns to his father for assistance, E.J. DiMera, Dan Fuhrer-Regal, will be over the moon and will view this as a chance to rebuild their bond. E.J. may assure Johnny that he did the right thing by rejecting Kate Roberts-Brady's, Lauren Koslow, astronomical settlement offer. Days spoilers say E.J. will be ready to fight back when it comes to the plagiarism accusations against Bonnie Kiriakis, Judy Evans, and the book that Johnny greenlit for publishing. Of course, Bonnie's book really is quite similar to Stephanie Kiriakis, Abigail Klein, novel, so Justin Kiriakis, Wally Kurth, will spell out all the reasons why on Thursday's show. Justin will try to help Bonnie understand why this plagiarism mess is happening. However, Days spoilers say Bonnie will rush to her own defense and most likely throw a bit of a temper tantrum. Bonnie will argue that one rainy afternoon is different from one stormy night, but Justin may warn it's not different enough to avoid this legal mayhem. Philip Kiriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, will have high hopes about using Bonnie's mistakes to their advantage since Titan has a loan payment coming up. Maggie Kiriakis, Suzanne Rogers, could lose the Kiriakis estate if they can't pay it. Days spoilers say Philip will seek Maggie's help with something, so he might ask her to talk to Johnny and convince him to accept the settlement offer. Regardless, Xander has made an even worse blunder at this point. Since Xander just ordered $5 million transferred over to the legit side of Titan's book. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Sophia Matson new shocking role revealed, Abby recast? Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Sophia Matson has joined the cast and will begin appearing early next year. The show has been getting fans all excited about Sophia's move to Duel but have yet to reveal what role she is playing. Could Matson have been secretly cast as Abigail Dimora, last played by Marcy Miller, Chad Dimora Connor Floyd, long lost love? Days of Our Lives writers have left the door open for Abby's return thanks to Clyde Weston, James Reed, who claimed Abby was alive before he was shot by Cat Green's, Annalyn McCord, mother and put into a coma. Chad had hoped to learn Abby's location but he was robbed of that opportunity thanks to Clyde's condition. Matson would be stepping into a very popular role if she were to be Chad's long-dead wife. After all, Abby is a legacy character and will likely come back at some point. Matson is about the right age to play Abby, and with the children being Sora's D, it would be very likely that their mother may come back now that they are older. Chad will soon return to Salem after he tripped to visit his friends in Arizona. Chad may also come back to clue that lead him to find Abby. Matson won't appear until next year, so there is a lot of time for Chad to discover what happened to Abby and for him to go find her. Will CLYD wake up and offer Chad some insight between now and then? Perhaps Kat may remember something about Abby's location and lead Chad to his long-lost love. Chad will be home on April 21st and Connor should be well on his way to making Chad his own by the time 2027 hit and brings Sophia with it. Connor and Sophia could hit the ground running with their new roles when the couple finally reunite. Days of Our Lives spoilers Thursday, April 2nd, Justin's plea, Paulina grilled, Johnny's savior. Days of Our Lives spoilers are in for Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. In tomorrow's episode, expect Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, to try to reason with Bonnie Lockhart Kyriakis, Judy Evans. Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, is questioned. Plus, Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, turns to someone for help. Let's start with Johnny, who is facing a legal battle with Kate Roberts Brady, Lauren Koslow, and Xander Cook Kyriakis, Paul Telfer. Kate suggested a payoff with Johnny, but he turned it down. Next, Johnny will turn to his father for help with the romance novel situation. Johnny pushed it through, and as a result, no one realized it was plagiarized. That is a big legal no-no and could end up destroying DiMera's publishing division. Of course, E.J. DiMera, Dan Feuer-Riegel, will be eager to help his son. However, I wonder what will happen when Chanel Dupree DiMera, Raven Bowens, finds out. While E.J. did help them at the adoption hearing, Chanel will think it's a mistake for Johnny to trust him. We just saw Xander order someone to put $5 million in Titan's account. However, that could conflict with Philip Kyriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, asking a favor from Maggie Horton Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers. What will it mean for the future of Titan? Fans will have to tune in. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, April 2nd, reveal that one husband will issue a plea. Bonnie is so excited about her book, which is about to hit the shelves. However, Justin can't help but notice what Ari Horton, Marissa Reyes, did, that the book is too much like Stephanie Johnson's, Abigail Klein, novel. Since Justin is also a lawyer, Bonnie should think. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, April 2nd, EJ is winning, but for how long? Plus, Bonnie's got a mess on her hands. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, April 2nd reveal EJ DiMera, Dan Feuer-Riegel, gets another win. Meanwhile, Philip Kyriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, wants a favor. Plus, Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, is in a bit of a tough spot. Here's what you need to know. First, Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal EJ is winning right now. First, Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, kept that gift. Then, he and Chanel Dupree, Raven Bowens, agreed to let him step in at the adoption hearing. Now, comes another step. It seems he'll be thrilled when Johnny asks for help. Given what happened the last time we saw Johnny, he clearly wants some legal help over Bonnie Lockhart's, Judy Evans, book. He did, after all, refuse to settle with Kate DiMera, Lauren Koslow, on the IP theft accusations. So, who better to win the case than a guy who not only got him acquitted of attempted murder, but saved the adoption? EJ, of course, is going to love being the hero here. And we're really not envying Titan's legal team right now.